Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. Well, I thought I would give an update to some of the critters, old and new, on the property, starting with the bees. Both beehives are thriving. Now, this first one that I'm going through, they were the package, the 3-pound package that I purchased from David at Barnyard Bees. They are doing well. I ended up having to checkerboard the frames just because they were building out so hard in the center. They weren't going to the outside, and it was almost like they were feeling honeybound. And I noticed when I was doing my hive inspection, they were building queen caps, and a couple of the queen caps had what looked like the royal jelly, kind of that yellow custard type filling on the inside. So I went ahead, scraped them off because it's a brand new queen. She's marked red from David. And she's doing a good job. Nice pattern. But again, there's not really a flow going on. As you all know, I've been feeding them just to get them acclimated. And it was almost like I think they were feeling honeybound. The other thing is you'll notice on these frames, there's a lot of drone brood on the frames, and it's that time of year when the queens will lay them as well. Now I use as a proactive against varroa mites the green drone frames. That way they can build those out for the drones, and then the doggone varroa mites, they like drone better than they like regular bees. So they'll actually lay inside of the drone comb. Unfortunately, as you've seen from this video, they have just mixed and matched the build out on it. That I think that'll be something that I'll address later on. Maybe scrape the frames down once they get their frames built out. But overall, that first one from David at Barnyard Bees is looking great. This is the 5-frame nuke that I purchased from Man Lake. Now, these girls are not like David's bees. David's bees are like, yeah, man, whatever. These girls, the guard bees, they come up and they get kind of sassy with me. They don't like me going in there and messing around. So, again, I'm just going through here, and as soon as I get to a point that you can see that the queen's laying well, she's got a nice mixture of cap brood, new eggs laid in the bottom, and then the larva growing, then I just go ahead and push everything back together. But even on this hive, not as bad as the first hive, but this second hive had a lot, again, of that drone build out, and it was not on my green frame. So I think I'm going to have to go back and do a little bit more research, try to figure out why they didn't build the green frame out. Instead, they built the drone frames, like mixed in with the regular bees. I'm just not sure. Rookie beekeeper, right? Anyway, the big, caveat on this is both hives are doing absolutely fantastic. The honey and pollen flows fixing to really get into full steam here in Florida. Right now it's minimal, and then I'm supplementing them with the 1-to-1 sugar water to just go ahead or sugar syrup, to go ahead and get their comb, get these frames built out so they have some place for the queen to lay. And then when I add the flow hive on top, then they'll go up top and actually put the real nectar in the flow frames. And then once they get them capped, at that point, you can call it honey and then just go ahead and harvest it. Now, I had somebody ask me what were the 2 white pads. The one white pad, the real thin one, is a Swiffer dry dust pad. That is specifically for hive beetles. If there are hive beetles in there, they get caught up in that Swiffer pad and they end up dying. The second pad is a Swedish dish towel, totally organic, and it is soaked in an oxalic acid liquid formula for a slow release. And I'm just running a test to see how this will do against my varroa mites. Now, in other news around the barn, we have some additions. So I purchased this incubator off of Amazon.com, and then I put a couple of Rudy my rooster and his girls' eggs in the incubator and they hatched out. Now the cool part about it was my sweet Stella heard them and kept bugging me to come see, come see, come see. And then the other great news is Penny, my barn cat, had herself a litter of kittens. I have been waiting for Pet Alliance to get an opening so I could get her spayed. And of course, prior to them getting an opening, Penny had herself a little litter. So the chicks and the kittens will be probably upcoming episodes on how I did it. Alrighty, y'all. Take care. Have an absolutely wonderful and blessed week. I'll see you next time.